Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be making a youth bat for a local player here in Kansas. This bat is going to end up being 31 inches long. It's made out of some ash wood that I had, and we're going to do a black barrel with a natural handle for the paint job. So the first thing we do is mark center on the ends of the billet here. You can buy one of these little tools on Amazon. They're only like $5 and make it super easy. Then I add a little bit of wax to one end of the billet and to my tailstock. Because my lathe has a dead tailstock, meaning that it does not spin, it creates a lot of friction and a lot of heat. So if I don't add that wax, it's going to burn the wood really bad. And then it's time to get carving. So the first thing I do is I cut it to length. I just kind of trim off the excess where the bat is not going to be, and then I just take 3-inch chunks and I cut to depth, and then I blend those sections together. This is my second ever youth bat, and I really like doing these youth bats because I think that the players that I make them for really appreciate the work that I do. I got the opportunity to meet the kid that I'm making this bat for, and when talking to him about this bat, it just really was nice to see him light up talking about it. Nowadays it seems like kids are so interested in the flashy part of the game, so it was nice and really refreshing to see a youth player just have some love for the game itself. And this isn't the only time this has happened. There's a kid that goes by Growing Up Baseball on TikTok who recently made a review of a bat I made for him, and I got the same feeling from that. Just seeing a kid genuinely passionate about the game is such a refreshing thing to see. So go check out his review on his TikTok page, or go over to my TikTok page, and I reposted it as well. But now that we're done shaping and sanding the bat, it is time to put some paint on the bat. So he wants a two-tone bat. He wants a natural handle with a black barrel, so that's exactly what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is tape off the handle, and as you can see, that tape is on pretty straight, not much wobble in there. So let's get some overspray protection and let's get some paint on the barrel. And here we are putting on a few coats of paint. Usually it only takes 2 coats, but this ash, I find it sometimes takes 3, so I went ahead and did 3 on this one. So as you can see, taking off that tape, it's looking really nice. If you're curious, this bat is 31 inches long, and I put the transition of colors right at 17.5 inches. I then added a logo. I decided to go with this holographic color, partially because I think it looks cool, and then partially because he said he's a big sports card collector, and I think that holographic sports cards are a big thing. At least they were when I was collecting as a kid, so I hope he likes that. Then after a few coats of poly, we just chop off the ends. And because this is a youth bat, we want to take out as much weight as possible, so we are going to try and put a pretty deep cup in this. This is just a Forstner bit that I use to take out a little bit of material before I take it over to my cupping jig. This just kind of helps relieve a little bit of the stress on that cupping bit, so it doesn't need to work as hard. And as you can see, this burns the wood pretty bad, so if you are going to do this at home, I would highly recommend investing in a drill press. This is a router that I'm using, and it doesn't make for the cleanest results, but it was cheap and it gets the job done. But here is the final result, and I think this turned out really cool. So there's the holographic logo. I think that it does look a lot like a sports card, so I think we nailed that. There is the knob. I think that turned out good after putting some finish on there. And there is the cup. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I'm really appreciative of everyone that watches my videos. If you could leave a like, maybe comment, that'd be great. Thanks.